like my getup. Well, I'm back at the place I was showing you the other day, and I'm gonna set up under this little fir tree. Well, it's not a little fir tree, but under some fir boughs where I can sort of conceal myself a little bit. And hopefully I don't hear any pileated woodpeckers in the area. When they are working, you can really hear them. They're loud. In fact, you can hear them for a good quarter-mile away. But I'm not hearing anything today, so I'm just going to sit here patiently and see if I can get a picture or two if they do fly in. Here's a tree they've been working on right here. And this is the one I showed you the other day. I saw it from this side first, right here. And then I saw on this side. See, that's the same tree. All the way up and down this tree. And there's others, one down below here, that he'd working on quite a bit. And I just saw another tree out in this area somewhere. But here's the fir. See how those boughs are hanging down there? Well, I'm just gonna set up underneath that, right here, close by. I want as tight a shot as I can get if he should happen to come by. So right up under this tree, right here. Set up I got this little three-legged stool, see? Back in here, about like that. Oh yeah, this will work. And you can see I'm sort of concealed up under these boughs. And there's the tree. I don't know if you can see it out in front of me. This should work good. Anyways, with wildlife photography, you got to have endless patience. I was watching some videos, YouTube videos on wildlife photography and how these guys would go out early in the morning and sit in a blind for like 3 or 4 hours before anything would come by. Yeah, I don't know if I have that kind of patience, but here I am. That's why I'm out here. That's the whole purpose of this trip, this camp trip. So, anyways, I'm going to shut the camera off for now and just sit here and think about things, I guess. All right, talk to you later. I moved from the spot I was in earlier. I got to thinking that, did I turn the fuel off to my four-wheeler? Because that carburetor leaks fuel if you don't turn it off every time. I thought I had it stopped, but I didn't apparently. So I took a hike to a new area, hoping I don't get lost because I'm not on a road. Look how pretty this forest is. Very nice. That's not quite 360. I can't turn that far. But yeah, I haven't heard anything. No birds. I just think the wildlife is disappearing from what it used to be 30, 40, 50 years ago. You certainly don't see as many deer. And the birds, different species of birds have disappeared for sure. And the pileated woodpecker, they're pretty far and few between, so I don't know if I'll get one or not. I don't even hear any out there in the forest anywhere. And like I'm saying, you can hear them for a quarter-mile or more. So I'm going to head back to the four-wheeler, and There's a little dead snag right there by my tent, right where I set up, and there's been a little hairy, what they call a hairy woodpecker there, little woodpecker, right next to the tent. Maybe I'll go take some pictures of him, because I'm just not hearing or seeing anything out here. Seen a couple pine squirrels, and I did get a picture of a doe running through the woods, but big deal, huh? Wasn't even a buck with horns. Oh, I did find this morel, and if I can find 1 or 2 or 3 more, I think I'll cut them up tonight and have them on my hot dog, because again, I'm having a hot dog. All right, so talk to you later. My second morel. A couple more and I'll have dinner. This is a blonde. Not as tasty as the dark ones, but they bring a better price at the market if you're selling them. And what should be right here where I found this mushroom? Another worked over tree by an apileated woodpecker. Yeah, I basically returned, I'm pretty close to the area where I started out, up the hill this way, up in there. Oh, you can even see it way back in there. That's probably the woodpecker working that same area, this whole area. But he ain't around here today, that's for sure. And I don't know how really old these things are. I mean, the wood looks pretty fresh, but they could have been last year's. It's really hard to tell. Anyways, 3 or 4 more of these, and I'm gonna have a tasty hot dog. This makes number 3. That looks really fresh. Those shavings look fresh. Look at that. These are the trees I was pointing up the hill at. I walked up here to see if I'd have any better luck finding some mushrooms, and I'm not. But the search goes on. And look, right up here, I'd say, heck, they're not 100 feet apart. Another big tree. You can see that snag there with all the workings on the side of it. I'm heading in that direction. These things, this bird has just been really busy up here. I was hoping I could find, like that one right back there. I was just showing you that pile of chips. That's about as fresh as I've seen. They just really look fresh. Probably this year. Okay, I gotta find mushrooms. Wow, I can't believe I saw this one. Look at up under the leaves. Another blonde. I was hoping for something, one of the darker ones for the flavor. But yeah, nice and fresh. That's 4. I thought I would show you a little bit of the improvements I've made. I've cleaned this place up and it's looking pretty good for a camp out here in the woods. I added this rod today, and it makes a nice little paper towel holder, and hang my clothes up there. Looks good. And over here I've made a drying, did the same thing with the rod, but this way I can dry my clothes when they get wet. I made hooks for my hats, and I even have a fruit bowl on my table. I have a rug on the floor, so when I get into bed I don't have to step on the gravel. I've added a garbage bag and a laundry bag, and it's just all the way around clean in here compared to what it had been. Well, as it ends up, I came out of the forest with 9 morels, so that ought to be a good garnish for my hot dog this evening. Yeah. All right, let's get these puppies cleaned up, chopped up, and sauteed, and we'll discard that. You cut them off at the base of this part of it, and then you just cut them into small rings, like that. Okay, so there they are all chopped up. Now all I have to do is put them in that pan with some butter. And if I had some garlic powder, I would add that also, but I don't. So all right, time to eat. A gourmet meal out here in the woods.